Alright guys, welcome to this episode of Ishake Adventures. This episode is on the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I was in the States for about 3 weeks and got to visit a couple zoos, make a couple videos. Peyton's going to be making videos on the Denver Aquarium, the Minneapolis Aquarium, and I think the fish section at the Denver Zoo, possibly, depending on how much content we have. So definitely go and watch those videos when they're out. They should be awesome. Also, if you want to see some pictures instead of just videos, I did buy a camera, one of the best purchases I've ever made. Go check out Ishake Adventures on Instagram. You will not regret it. But as soon as you walk into the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, which you have to buy your tickets online, can't buy them in person, at least when I went that was the case. As soon as you walk in, you walk up to giraffes and you can pay to feed them. Definitely do it. It's worth it. It's $5 for 2 bundles of leaves, and you just get overwhelmed with giraffes. It is incredible. Definitely a bucket list item. I had done it before, but when I did it the first time, it was incredible, and I haven't forgot it. It's still one of the top animal things I've ever done, and the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo has so many giraffes. And then this is a little off exhibit area. I guess it's on exhibit, but it's away from all the people. Not all the people, I guess. They're not in the open. They're in these separate enclosures. I don't know the reason. The sign says, please do not feed them, so I'm sure the zookeepers there have their reasons. But as you can see, you're still right up next to a giraffe, and you never realize how big they are until you're standing right next to them. And yeah, just one of the most gorgeous, awesome animals. You can even see it in their eyes. They're so innocent and adorable. I love it. And then as you keep walking along, you're going to see some red river hogs. Now, I do not show every single animal of this zoo in this video. I didn't want to give too many spoilers. There's a few animals here and there that I did show, but definitely go check it out. It is one of, I want to say it's the best zoo in Colorado. I do think it is the best zoo in Colorado. But yeah, red river hogs, adorable. Remind me of warthogs or Pumbaa from The Lion King, even though they're not really the same thing, but very, very cool. And then moving on next, we have meerkats. These guys are incredible. They are so I don't know how to describe it. They're adorable. The Cheyenne Mountain Zoo has about 3 or 4 little enclosures of these guys, and in those enclosures it's filled with soil and hiding spots, and you can see where the meerkats have dug their own holes and burrows, which I love. And so these animals feel safe. They always feel like they can get away, and so they're super, super active and exploratory. And as you can see, the video should pan back to that one dude sitting on that termite mound. I believe that's a lookout. Now, I could be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure meerkats have one lookout that stays guard and watches everything and then alerts the other meerkats if there is danger. But very, very adorable. Got some awesome pictures. But yeah, meerkats are definitely one of the tops there. Then moving on, we have a lion. It is roaring here. I will turn up the volume on one of the clips so you guys can hear it roar, but I believe this lion is super stressed out. I don't know. I don't love big cats in captivity except for one place, the Wild Animal Sanctuary, which Peyton did a video on. They did it correctly with a bridge over the habitat. But hearing a lion roar is very cool. You don't hear it ever. It's very rare to hear. And so it was definitely cool hearing the roar. So I will turn up the video volume, and you guys should be able to hear it without my annoying voice. All right, moving on now, we do have some monkeys of some sort. I don't love keeping great apes in captivity, so there won't be any great ape footage, but these are the monkeys that I got. You are very close to them. You can see one of them. They kind of look like skunks. I don't remember exactly what kind of monkeys these are, but one was actually reaching through the fence and picking leaves and food from the other side. It just shows their intelligence and how incredibly smart they are. And then they kind of have the zoo broken up into 2 areas. They have Africa, Australia, and then like the United States. So I guess it's 3. This was the Australia section. I got to see red-necked wallabies, which I've never seen. We don't keep them at the zoo I work at. So it was very cool to see a different species of wallaby that I had just learned about actually a couple weeks ago before visiting this place. I didn't even know they had them, so it was awesome to see a new species of Australian animal in a zoo. And it is an open area where you can walk about and just see them. As you can see in this clip, this is what I look like recording these videos. Camera bag, phone. Also, the zoo is on the side of a mountain, so the views of the city, just the landscape of Colorado is beautiful. It is one of the prettiest zoos I have ever been to, and there are many places to just step aside and take pictures. But yeah, walking besides wallabies, you don't get to pet them like you do at the zoo here, but it is still very cool to get to see them. You'll also get to see some red tree kangaroos. I think they're red tree kangaroos. They might just be tree kangaroos. These are one of the most adorable animals ever. I didn't know they existed until a couple years ago, and I have wanted one ever since. And then you get to go into this huge aviary full of parakeets, and you can pay to feed them. I believe it's like $1 a stick of little seeds. And in this clip you can see that, or maybe not this one, but the next one, I walk around and I try to feed them. It's kind of hard to get them to eat because they're so high up, so you have to be vertically gifted in order to reach up and get them. But it is still definitely cool to see. They have an outdoor area where the parakeets can get in and out, which I love. It just gives the birds more options to get away, get some natural UVB, and just have fun. But yeah, here's the clip where I was talking about it being hard to feed them. I was stretching, standing on my tippy toes, and still they just weren't interested. Also, there's bird poop everywhere, and it is very loud, so if stuff like that bothers you, might not be the best choice. But when you do get parakeet to eat, it is adorable. And I know it's just feeding a small bird, but I think whenever you get to feed an animal at a zoo, it is a win, and it just adds to the education aspect. And yeah, these are actually a very popular pet in, I know, the States. I don't know about here in Australia, but in the States, these are very popular pets, and I can see why. They're a small bird. They're not extremely noisy unless you have hundreds of them. And since it's a small bird, I'm assuming they don't poop a ton. I'm sure they poop a lot, but not a ton. If you want a bird, I would look into getting a parakeet. They're very pretty, come in many different colors, and definitely one of my favorite birds. Here's my beef I have with the reptile exhibit. Now, the reptile exhibit they have some incredible animals that I have not seen before in captivity, or maybe haven't seen, but it's just very rare to see. But their enclosures are lacking a lot. Some of their enclosures have dirty glass. Here we actually have some turtles, which was pretty cool actually, in this little stream or pond, but none of their substrate is natural at all. I don't know what they were going for. I don't know if they were going for a unique feel or like an antique feel or whatever, but you can see they have like fish pebbles in the bottom, wood chips, just stuff and then weird hides that doesn't match the snake that's in there. Jeez, I'm fumbling my words. Here's a rosy boa. They love to burrow, and it won't be able to burrow anywhere in here. And then they have pots and pans for hiding. I hate it. That's a Burmese python on some rocks. Again, nothing natural. No place for the snake to really get away and hide if it wanted to. And all the other enclosures at this zoo are built for the animal to look naturally in its environment. In the reptile exhibit, it's meant for people, and I hate that. I really hate their enclosures and the way they have them set them up. A lot of them are way too small as well. Here we have a little reptile or like animal rehabilitation center, which I do like. You can see they have a stuffed animal in that snake enclosure or something. Here's a picture of an armadillo. But yeah, overall, the rehabilitation center is the best you're going to get for your reptile exhibit. And that's because they have what I can believe are sick animals off display or in a separate facility getting help, so they're in a natural environment. They have sloths hanging from the ceiling. They have mammals, birds. They have a little bit of everything, but they do have some cool reptiles there. But overall, I dislike the reptile exhibit a lot. So much so that my rating is going to be pretty low. I'm going to give them a score of 2 out of 10. I believe the Cairns Aquarium got a 7 out of 10. And that's just because they get a 2 out of 10 because of enclosures and just everything. The only reason they get a 2 out of 10 is because of the cool animals they have there. They have a cool tree monitor, and the rehabilitation center is a very cool touch, but I hate the reptile exhibit. Now to bring it up a little bit, we'll get to watch some hippos play. I don't know exactly how many hippos they have, but they have a mother hippo and a juvenile hippo, which I can assume is her daughter or son. And they have this huge lagoon. In the trees over to the right of this video, you can see they have some lemurs. I don't think I got any on film, but you get the opportunity to just watch hippopotamuses play in water and just have a blast. And it is one of the most adorable things ever. I know I've said adorable a lot, but it is incredible. The outro clip is actually a really cute clip of just hippos' ears flipping, and I don't even know how to describe what I saw. It was incredible. This video is all over the place. I've given up. But as you leave that, one of the last areas you'll see is a guinea pig exhibit. So they have, I would assume, 10 to 15 little guinea pigs just running around, which is a common pet again, but I love that they have so much room, and just an enclosure full of cute guinea pigs is always going to be a win in my book. But yeah, that was the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, or just little pieces of it. If you are in Colorado, I cannot recommend it enough. Yes, you're going to be sad when you walk through the reptile exhibit. Everything else is spectacular. I love going to that zoo. I try to go every time I go back to Denver. I've been twice, only because the first time I went was like a month before I left for Hawaii. But yeah, love this place. Go check it out. This zoo's awesome. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. But yeah, check us out on Instagram. Subscribe, like, comment. Instagram is Shake Adventures. You won't regret it. There's awesome content everywhere. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed.